Hello everyone, why am I wearing glasses? Well, it's the 18th of May 2021. I'm sitting in my car waiting for my daughter. I'm going to pick her up. I had a bit of time to kill, a little bit of time. Hopefully I'll be done by the time I have to pick her up. And I had some thoughts. My name's JCK, by the way. Why am I wearing sunglasses? Because I don't have any makeup on. You know how it is. Just gonna have to ignore that. So I was thinking today. I had some pretty crazy things happen to me last night, and it made me consider many things. I might tell you about what happened last night, maybe not. But it just made me think about this whole journey I've been on since I've been in the public eye. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was just recounting how everything happened to me on the first time I uploaded a video to YouTube, and just the whole entire organic nature of the way it all happened. That very first video, which I will link it in the description of this video when I put this up to YouTube. That very first video, by the way, it went viral, and YouTube has not changed the number since October. So I released that September. I think it might have been the 2nd or 3rd of September, 5th of September, I can't remember. And they kept the number at a certain thing, and they haven't let it budge since. I'm pretty sure it's had at least 1 million views. It's saying 150,000 or something like that. It's not letting it budge. It hasn't changed the number. Well, that first video, which is what was going on underground in Australia, was done very innocently, and there was 4 videos I did in one hit. And the way it happened was that I'd gotten to a point in my life where all of my friends and family on Facebook were dropping off. I was in a situation where I was separated under one roof with my ex, and I was there, we were trying to act normal for my daughter's sake. I, though, still held out hope that maybe everything was going to be okay if he could just get on board with what I was talking about. And he wasn't. And I won't go into detail of that. But basically, that sort of push in my life of everyone I knew not believing in anything I said. I was being very controversial on Facebook, and all my friends and family were pretty much abandoning me on social media. People were dropping off. Nobody was liking any of my posts. If I put a post up about my child, for example, suddenly they all appeared. Some of them were completely taking me off their news feed, just sort of blocking me or whatever. So I thought, this is ridiculous. I just want to express myself. I got to the point where I just wanted to speak my truth and do it in such a way that other people would be like-minded enough to have a discussion with me about it. So I did something that I never normally do, which is I started adding strangers to my friends list on Facebook. And the way I met them was through a Truthers page at the time that seemed to attract like-minded people. And these were people from all over the world. So I just started adding them as friends. I'd put up a post in this page on Facebook. It got a lot of attention. And so I started adding these people. Some of these people still follow me to this day. They were like Facebook friends from back then. This would have been about June or July. and of 2020. And then what happened was I just thought, you know what? I remember I had to create another profile because that was getting too controversial, and that was my personal profile with all my friends and family. So I created another profile and I called myself JCK, which is my real name is Jacy, Jacy, and my last name begins with the letter K. So I just made it JCK, Kay. And I added friends that I knew from Beyond the Veil. Beyond the Veil were a group I followed on Facebook and YouTube. And I was sort of friends with Cherie, Gio, like, Facebook friends. I was in the group. We would chat and exchange, discussions and things. Chris would talk to me every now and then. So I had a little, group of friends online through there, and they were all part of my little tribe that I had. So I decided I wanted to create a Facebook group of my own. I thought it would just include some of my friends. One of the new friends I made was Saul, and Saul said that he would, we hadn't spoken, actually, Saul and I. He just started chatting to me, and he said, you have the same ideas I have. And I said to him, look, I always wanted to create a group. He said, well, why don't we create a group? Let's create a Facebook group of our own. Because he had all these ideas he wanted to share as well about sovereignty and stuff like that. And I thought, okay, let's make a group. So I was already doing these meditations and astral journeys of my own, being a psychic and having these incredible sort of downloads happen to me. I've been doing psychic work for decades. But I thought I had built up the practice again where I was doing regular astral journeys, and some of them are quite spectacular. And I remember telling my best friend about it, and after I'd do it, I'd quickly ring her or I'd quickly text all the stuff that was happening to her. Well, when I did those first 4 videos, it was all kind of in one hit. I think there was a couple of days in a row of these videos, so not these videos, but these journeys. It was a couple of days in a row that was quite spectacular, the stuff that was happening. And it would be late at night, and I remember I was texting Saul going, oh my God, you can't believe what happened. And he'll go, well, hurry up, write it all down. We can put that on our new Facebook group. Our little Facebook group, I think we started it on the 30th of August. We added our friends, invited our friends, and then we had a small number. We had about 200, maybe 300 people. And I was like, I can't be bothered writing this incredible thing up as a I thought I'm just going to record it on video. So I took a shot, I recorded it on my phone, and I remember the file was too big. The files were too big. I had to do it in 4 videos because the files were too big, and then I had to reduce the resolution, and I was like, put it up on Facebook. I shared it with my little friends on Beyond the Veil, and then a couple of them said, look, it keeps buffering. Can you just put it on YouTube? Just put it on YouTube. And I was like, oh, crap. I don't really want to put it on YouTube. I thought, oh. And I remember saying to Saul, is there a way I can record this without showing my face? I don't want to show my face. And he's like, just show your face and stop being stupid. So I was like, all right. So I did. I showed my face, and that's why that first video I did, I was very nervous because, not because I'm a nervous person when it comes to speaking publicly, but because I had dealt with months and months and months of rejection from friends and family for just being myself. I had had people ringing me, old friends of mine, telling me, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Saying that shit publicly. Do you think you're special? Do you think you're important? What do you think you're doing? Do you actually think you're saving children? Speaking out about this shit? Where's the proof that anything like that's happening? This is the stuff I was copying all the time. And it got to the point where they had broken me down so much. And these were people that were well-intentioned people stuck in their bullshit. And because of that rub, because of that little grain of sand, that made me go, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to speak my truth anyway. So I kind of want to thank them, actually, for being assholes. But when I recorded myself saying these visions that I had of underground that were so vivid and real to me, and I want to explain to you that when there's a difference between daydreaming and astral journeying, because when you are journeying, some people call it remote viewing. It is a remote view, not in the technical, scientific CIA sense. It's a remote view in that I'm remotely witnessing a thing that is like a movie playing out in front of me. You don't even have to consciously think of it. With a daydream, you're consciously conjuring up things, right? Oh yeah, and then this can happen. Oh yeah, and then we go here. You know, that's a daydream, right? Or whatever, or lucid dreaming. This is actually, you're literally taken somewhere and you're seeing a movie play out in front of you, and it is so real, like you are a voyeur in that room. That's what this is like, and it's so vivid. And for me, as a person who has the ability, who has clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, I can smell and taste and hear and see and feel and know all of this stuff. It's a real experience. So when I say I saw demons underground, I could smell them. I could hear them. I could feel them. And I still can see this stuff. Now, I could handle it because I can compartmentalize things and distance myself enough that it doesn't affect me. But I try not to dwell on it too much. But this story, I felt had to be told. And it wasn't a huge leap for me, and it wasn't something brave. I didn't think it was brave. I just thought, you know what, fuck everyone, I need to do this. There was that small part of me that was a little bit scared of being judged, but then I did it anyway. I jumped in and I did it anyway. And why is that? Because to me, no one was going to shut me up at that point. It seemed like nothing big. I thought maybe someone would be interested in these visions. Maybe they were something that could piece a little bit of truth to what was going on. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't expect the attention. I remember when there was 300 views and I was like, oh my God, 300 views. This is incredible. 300 people wanted to watch this. And then it grew to 1,000. And then every day I'd wake up, it was just exponentially growing. And I couldn't believe it. And then the comments came. And then all of these things started interweaving. Within a week, I had so much attention. It was blowing up like you couldn't believe. And it wasn't to get attention. It was because I could see that there was a truth that needed to be told and it had to be shared, and that was it. That was essentially what was motivating me. And it still is. So why don't I have these slick, introductions and music and theme music and all of that in my videos? Why am I still recording on the same phone, same camera? Why am I not doing something, like a special show where I've got everything down pat at the moment when it comes to these things? Because it's just me and I have to go with my instinct. I don't do things because I don't plot them out. I don't plan them out. And they have to be raw and they have to be in the moment. And I'm always going to be like that. So even if I do a show, and I'll do a collaboration. I'm intending to with Mark Atwood. When I do a show, it'll be different because it's a different thing. But for me, for these things, they need to be raw and in the moment and thoughts. And all I can say to you is that when I look back now, I sit there and I think, Jesus, I never thought that just me going out and taking a chance and just saying what I saw could affect so many people. And I'm not saying this out of like ego or anything like that. That small action of mine made a world of difference to so many people. It validated victims of SRA who they themselves saw things like that when they were underground. It made people who were suffering from attacks, demonic attacks, realize that they weren't crazy, that it wasn't a figment of their imagination. When I broke that vault open, everyone started to come forth and tell their truth. And what happened to me last night, in terms of, I guess you could call it a transmission or a download that came through in the middle of the night, I'm realizing that this war is biblical, and the ultimate thing that this comes down to is truth. And that's why the dark players want to have control of your consciousness, because they would rather you cling to something that is completely false, a false system, a false God, false reality, than embrace your truth. So if you want to be empowered and you want to get out of this, you start living your life in truth. That might be an art form, because a lot of people have forgotten how to do that. They're so used to living a lie. I'm telling you now, it's coming down to a type of judgment day. And what's going to happen is the truth is going to be revealed. When we talk about EBS, and everyone goes, I can't wait for the truth to come out. You think that's the truth about all these politicians and corrupt things that have been going on? The EBS is all truths. All truths. Everything. Everything is revealed. Everything. All the crimes that people have done to each other, all the injustices, all the falsity that this world had constructed, this entire false matrix comes down. All truths are revealed. The sooner you embrace your truth, the sooner you start to resonate at a frequency that is higher than this false reality. Do you understand why I keep talking about truth? Do you understand why it's such an important commodity? And why the dark controllers want to control your truth and want to prevent you from speaking it? And why the truthers out there who are a little bit dark and they want to sway your truth. Do you understand why that's so important? In truth is power. Truth is God in alignment with all creation. So when we say all truths are revealed, all truths are revealed, that means the matrix is false, it comes crumbling down, and the truth is revealed. Everything that is part of God and the system of things that is true is revealed. Your attacker, your abuser, your family that was lying to you and made you feel you were crazy, everything is revealed. Karma is quick. Everything is revealed. Sounds like Judgment Day to me. Not scary if you're aligned with truth, right?